This is John Uffold giving a preview of the annual sale of Texel sheep for Mrs. I. Uffold and Sons. It only seems like yesterday we were lambing these ewes, and yet we are only a couple of weeks away from our annual sale now, and with the ewes just being moved onto some better keep before the teaser goes in ready for the rams mid-September. The video starts with the flock ewes, which have been on their annual summer break at Grass Keep near Ludlow. Not the best of ground and on permanent pasture. The aim is always just to keep them in tidy order, but no more prior to tupping. 80 ewes all told, which we regard as a small flock, but with the emphasis with many Texel flocks being based on a few ewes and flushing them all, it is in fact a large flock in the breed now. That is why we are in many ways completely different from many breeders. The emphasis has always been on commercial traits first and foremost, and breed type second, whatever that is. Since if you look at the Texel breed from when it came into the country some 50 years ago now, and look today, it is completely different. Some few years past, McCartney's had a joint dispersal sale of Texels with Stags, auctioneers in Worcester. And I remember the auctioneer saying, "Look at this typical Texel head." The beast in question had a completely rounded face and countenance. It wasn't typical at the time. Now it is. The breed seems to have become besotted with head and power, and lost many of those kind sheep that just performed and quietly did their job without making a fuss. Our ewes are much longer in the face, are not as extreme, but they do lamb themselves, they do milk, and they do look after their lambs, which you think is the most important. As regards the sale sheep, there are 84 this year, with 27 Shearling rams, 27 ram lambs, 15 Pedigree Yearling ewes and 15 Pedigree ewe lambs. Some of the males are registered, but not all of them. The Shearlings are a good even rear, with, we think, good backs and back ends. Again, many Texels have gone for the backside at the expense of the shoulder and back. They seem raw and hard fleshing. At a time of extreme cost consciousness, the easier flesh sheep are the more profitable, or they should be. To this end, for years we have used rams with a plus for fat cover, because with meat as expensive as it is, we ignore eating quality at our peril. The Shearlings have been steadily reared and for the first parts of the summer had no hard food at all, allowing them to develop skeletally. They have been fed since and are now being got fit with plenty of movement up and down what banks we have. The ram lambs are reared with a similar philosophy and are recovering from a bit of orf which checked them for a couple of weeks. Not many singles in them this year, and selected just not on size at weaning, but if they are mature enough to be sold for breeding as lambs. Some are just babies and need to be kept to come along at their own pace, a bit like 2-year-old racehorses, but not as expensive. So the lambs are not on ad lib hoffers. They are fed traditionally on oats and mix in a trough, and then at the end given a feed each day on some greens for about an hour. They will therefore grow on, and if purchasers just use them steadily and feed them over the winter, they will grow into some good yearlings which will last. The ewes and ewe lambs are kept in a similar way. If any of the flock ewes, no matter their pedigree or past achievements, doesn't perform, they are culled. This we have done for some 49 years now, and so we should be getting sheep that last, that have good feet, that milk and mother and still have good bodies. The sheep we sell each year are genuinely difficult to pick from those we keep. It seems to take ages. This year's female offering will be no different, with yearling ewes that are fit, active and bright, and ewe lambs that are just like their mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers. As an aside, some of the stock ewes are 8 and 10 years old, as some of the stock rams have been also. We had the 1 millionth sheep tested under the National Scrapie Plan in 2004. All rams are stock rams are ARR for Class 1 for scrapie resistance, and all the sheep on offer are Class 1 and 2. All the sheep are on Heptivac P+. All of the yearling ewes have been injected against enzootic abortion as a precaution. We have blended in some New Zealand blood to traditional and well-tested bloodlines going back generations in order to maximise commercial attributes without compromising on sheep that have good white hair. We are pleased with the results, and the commercial indicators of lambing percentage, reduced veterinary input, good feet, less mastitis, good growth rates without huge feed bills show that this has been a success. You make up your own minds when we hope you will attend the 36th home production sale of 84 MV accredited pedigree and purebred Texel sheep at the Firs, Broncroft, Craven Arms, Shropshire SY7 9HW on Friday 6th of September 2024 at 8 p.m, with a barbecue afterwards. The sale will again be sponsored by Agri-Lloyd, with products being given to the purchaser of the highest priced male, and Frank P. Matthews Tree Shop, who will give a tree to the purchaser of the highest priced female. You see, we are not complete dinosaurs. Environment and farming do have to work together economically, socially, and sustainably. A special thank you to my daughter Ruth for preparing this video, and for my grandson Sebastian. He's the new sheepdog. He's coming on, but his stop sometimes isn't very good. Thank you.